All right, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that brief intermission. We're back with another movie talk. Today we're talking about Michael Mann and his new film, Ferrari. Ferrari, 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 Ferrari. I can't roll my R's, so that's why it sounds like that. Man, Ferrari, I don't know why I just left the tab I was on. That's the description. I'll read the description because I didn't do that last time. I'm going to keep myself on track. Ferrari, 2023, directed by Michael Mann. This is a biopic of automotive mogul Enzo Ferrari, whose family redefined the idea of the high-powered Italian sports car and practically spawned the concept of Formula One racing. This stars Adam Driver, Penelope Cruz, Shailene Woodley, Patrick Dempsey, Jack O'Connell, Gabrielle Leone, Giuseppe Festinesi, Sarah Gadden, Michelle Savoia, Valentina Bell, Tommaso Basili, Andrea Dolenti, Lino Mosella. All right, I'm gonna Luca Della Valle. Yeah, Ferrari was sick. I gave it 4 stars on Letterboxd. No big deal. Go follow my Letterboxd. Actually, go follow 91 North, 95 South on Letterboxd. Just set that up. Man, I don't even know where to start. Ferrari, I know exactly where to start because I thought about this the whole time I was watching it. Man, I love how Michael Mann uses colors in his movie. This man picks a color palette, and that's what you get the whole movie. I mean, he'll vary, of course. That's Michael Mann, baby. But, I mean, he picks green and gold. That's the movie. Green and gold. Green and gold. Gold, gold, gold. Sunset, sunrise, gold, green. Trees, green. Cars, green. And then red, of course. Cherry red Ferraris. I mean, come on. But I love it. He does the same thing in Thief with that just blue the whole movie. Maybe that's why I love that movie so much. We'll be talking about that later. Does it in Heat. Does it in Collateral. Does it in Manhunter. I haven't watched that in a while. Does he do it in The Insider? It's kind of gray, if I remember. And Public Enemies, I don't really love. We're not going to talk too much about Public Enemies. But, yeah, I just love how he uses color in his movies. This movie is beautiful. Honestly, like one of his most beautiful movies, I think. I mean, I haven't seen Last of the Mohicans. Probably won't ever see that, to be honest. Just because I don't really think that's the type of story Michael Mann needs to be telling. Not that I need to be deciding on what Michael Mann needs to be telling. I just don't want to watch like a white dude make a movie about a half white, half Native American Daniel Day-Lewis, who, I don't know, man. I don't want to watch that movie. I'll be honest. Also, I haven't seen Ali. Maybe I'll watch that. I don't know. Haven't seen Miami Vice. I will probably watch that, although I've heard it's not great. And Black Hat, maybe I'll build up the courage one day. I've heard that movie is just really bad and just kind of like not edited, not cohesive exactly. But, you know, I've seen everything else. I haven't seen Jericho Mile. Jericho Mile I would watch. But yeah, I mean, he's one of my favorite directors. I think the characters he makes are just super interesting. I just love the one-track mindedness, just the driven, the dedication to their craft, and the mastery in which they perform that craft. So we'll run through my favorite Michael. Well, should I talk more about Ferrari? I guess I'll say, I loved there were two scenes in the movie where my jaw literally dropped and stayed there. I won't tell you them, but you should definitely watch it, although I think it's out of theaters now. I'm very excited to rewatch it whenever it comes onto streaming. Yeah, the I almost said what they were. Those two scenes were incredible. There's a scene where Adam Driver is describing the mentality of a racer and the mentality his racers specifically need to have, which is just incredible. And, I almost got chills watching it. The Adam Driver is incredible. Penelope Cruz is incredible. I think the pacing is really great. Both, within the dialogue, it's spoken very quickly and very, a character says a line immediately after comes another line and boom, 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 boom. As well as just like the flow of the story. Like he has a couple scenes of the family, the family drama. And then he's like, all right, we got to get back to the racing. We got to get back to the cars, and then boom, you're in the hood of a Ferrari, or on the hood of a Ferrari. Also love the use of iconography and kind of the what's the word I'm looking for? Just showing how racing was their religion. The use of the church. They have everyone at mass at, I think it was the Ferrari factory church, which also just puts into it's a little breadcrumb of like the factory towns and just like the capitalism that was just controlling these communities, that I thought was really great because, they were literally factory towns. I don't know, in Italy, maybe in the 50s, I guess in the 50s, there were still those going on. Or late 50s. I just got off track. Yes. Everybody's in mass, and all the top Ferrari guys pull out their stopwatch because they can hear the starting gun go off for Maserati's test drive, whatever, of them trying to break this record. They all pull out their stopwatches while the priest is giving his sermon or whatever. And then they also have a christening or not christening, communion, where you get the bread, the cracker and the wine. He has that while like this new car is like christening a track, and it's interesting the use of religion within this. Trying to think of anything else. That's pretty much it. Just a really great movie. I'm not sure if this will be Michael Mann's last movie. I know he's trying to get his Heat 2 novel made into a movie, which I would be here for, obviously. But yeah. Ferrari, man, 4 stars, would recommend. It lands number 4 on my Michael Mann list, and let's get into it. So at number 7, I have Public Enemies, Johnny Depp, Christian Bale, what is it? John Dillinger, right? That's who he is. I liked it. I didn't love the high frame rate filming they're using. Honestly, I didn't think it was as bad as people make it out to be. I enjoyed it, but it was really just that style, the filming style I didn't like. And Michael Mann, he's known for experimenting and trying to push, trying to bring new ways of filming into his movies. So, I can't really hate too much. Up next, we have The Insider, 1999. Gave it 4 stars on Letterboxd. Al Pacino and Russell Crowe. I'm not going to lie. I get Russell Crowe and Gerard Butler confused. I don't know if I'm the only person, but like I'll literally be like, Gladiator. Oh, yeah, that's Gerard Butler or whatever. I think it's actually Russell Crowe. I actually know that now because I've had this confusion so much. Anyway, it's besides the point. That's my own. That's my cross to bear. The Insider tells the true story of a 60 Minutes television series expose of the tobacco industry as seen through the eyes of a real tobacco executive, Jeffrey Wigand. I think this is the closest movie to Ferrari that Mann does. Very personal, more intimate, more emotional. Yeah, more of like a straight drama. Not that it is a straight up drama. It's got elements of a thriller, an investigative movie as well. So there's obviously that and the classic Michael Mann characters. But it is more of interpersonal relationships and less about. Not less about, but it's combined with, this one man's journey to his personal professional goal that he has, that he must accomplish. But yeah, I love The Insider. It was a really good movie. Long movie, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 158 minutes. So kind of long, but I liked it. Next up, we got Collateral coming in at number 5. This is a 2004 film starring Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx. Tom Cruise he's a hitman assassin who kidnaps Jamie Foxx, who is a cab driver, and they ride the cab through the night of L.A., taking out Tom Cruise's targets. Really great acting. Tom Cruise says, "Yo, homie, is that my briefcase?" Incredible shooting. I mean, I think when you get Tom Cruise and Michael Mann, like there's something about that just makes sense. Just the psychosis of Mann's characters and Tom Cruise's just insane nature of, doing hundreds of Halo jumps before Mission Impossible. Just Tom Cruise himself, So when you get a guy who's supposed to be dedicated to his craft and focus solely on this one thing, and you put Tom Cruise as that, it's probably going to be a pretty good performance. Yeah, really enjoyed that. Just a really cool movie. Again, different filming style. I was actually watching Ava DuVernay and Michael Mann speak, and Ava commented that how cool it was to see him filming in South Central and East LA and all these parts that don't get shown properly in a movie. And he was filming it with a digital camera, running around, holding it himself or operating it himself, and basically inspired her to, that she could do this herself. So I'd love to hear that. And, of course, it's Michael Mann, baby. Of course he's inspiring. Coming in at number 4, we got Ferrari, of course, which I spoke about. Number 3 is Manhunter. I don't know if you've ever seen this 1986 film. I don't even remember who it stars. William Peterson and Tom Noonan, FBI agent Will Graham, who retired after catching Hannibal Lecter, returns to duty to engage in a risky cat and mouse game with Lecter to capture a new killer. So I think, I'm trying to think. Now, I haven't seen the other films I mentioned, but this movie feels the most artsy. It's not the right word, but it's just a very cinematic movie. Beautiful shots. The water, the settings. Oh, it's just a beautiful movie. Honestly, I think one of his most beautiful, which is really interesting because it's like also terrifying and insane. I haven't revisited this movie because I was like genuinely like tense and like on edge. So I would love to rewatch. It was a great movie. But yeah, that one's great. Number 2, we got Heat. I mean, it's Heat, dude. It's so sick. The action is the juice. For me, the action is the juice. I mean, it's Al Pacino and Robert De Niro facing off. I gave this 4.5 stars. It's honestly a 5-star movie if they take out the Natalie Portman segments of this movie. No hate on Natalie Portman. I actually think she's a better actress than people give her credit for. Or than most people give her credit for, I guess. Some people, I don't know. I don't know the where the public lands on Natalie Portman at this moment in time. But it just didn't love like the bathtub scene. I just thought it was, I don't know. I didn't really know what it added to the story. I guess it made Al Pacino like not just the worst guy ever. I guess he's not the worst guy ever. He's kind of just a piece of shit, dirtbag cop. Also learning that Al Pacino, like at no point in the script is it mentioned that Al Pacino's character is doing coke, but they just decided that he would be doing coke to stay up this whole time and have these long nights through LA. So Al Pacino is just playing the character as if he was coked out. And I just love that there's no mention of that. And then you go back and rewatch it and it just makes it even better because, you know, when he's yelling, "She's got a great ass and your head's all the way up it." It almost makes sense. Sorry, my cat. I just woke up my cat. Sorry, Mello. Go back to sleep. But it actually, it's like, oh yeah, that he would do that. The guy's been doing rails all night. Yeah, I mean, he is sick. I mean, it's an iconic movie that's been ripped off. By so many other, I mean, The Town is just a Heat remake, Den of Thieves, other movies I haven't seen. It's iconic. The diner scene between Al Pacino and Robert De Niro is just, that's cinema, baby. Yeah, I mean, there's what else? Like, I feel like this Heat is one of his more talked about movies. So it's like, what do I say? You know, it's an all timer. I think it's canon. It's American film canon, I would argue, for genre films for sure. Yeah, I love it. But I don't love it nearly as much as I love Thief, which is my number 1 movie by Michael Mann. It's one of my favorite movies in general ever. If not my favorite, I think Big Lebowski probably my favorite. Thief probably 2 or 3. It's incredible. I mean, I feel like I've been waiting my whole life to talk about this movie, and now I have no idea what to say because everything about it's just what I want in a movie. He is a true blue kind of a guy. He is a straight arrow. He wants to cut all these mini moves and get on with this big romance. There's a 10-minute scene where he's in a diner with Tuesday Weld and he's talking about Meatball Joe, who just like the dialogue in this movie is just so great. Michael Mann spent time with prisoners from or inmates from I'm trying to think. The Chicago prison that's mentioned in this. spent time with them. You know, he really cares about the people that he tells the stories about, which I really respect. You know, he has a clear understanding of what the mentality of these guys is like, after having spent so much time speaking with and listening to them. James Caan is just the perfect person to play this in 1981. I don't know who else would do better. He like doesn't speak in contractions. It's Oh my God, it's so good. I'll just read. I'm getting off track again, because I feel like it's not. I feel like it's not one of his more famous movies, probably, but it's my favorite. Frank is an expert professional safecracker specialized in high-profile diamond heists. He plans to use his ill-gotten income to retire from crime and build a nice life for himself, complete with a home, wife, and kids. To accelerate the process, he signs on with a top gangster for a big score. I'd like to I'd like to take, because I'm on Letterboxd. I forgot I wrote a review for this, which included two of my favorite quotes. One is from that scene where he's in the diner talking about Meatball Joe. He says, the warden there was Joe Regan, Meatball Joe. If that slob was a penologist, I'm a jet airplane pilot. He says penologist. I've never heard that. I don't think I've ever heard that word used in my life, let alone in a movie. And I took political science class. I took like criminal justice courses. Never heard penologist. Love that. And this is this second quote comes from when James Caan is brought in by some crooked cops. He says, "No matter what happens, I will never, ever take a pinch from a greasy motherfucker like you." You know, as an Italian man, I can't say that. It's just, oh my God, I love this movie. I love this movie. He pulls out a mood board at one point with when he's in the diner. The diner scene, bro, I've literally watched the diner scene like 15, 20 times. Like, I love it so much. He pulls out a mood board or a dream board with random children, several skulls, a picture of Willie Nelson, who we find out is his friend in jail. Willie Nelson is in this movie and is given a weird performance that I kind of like. He's like doing a lot with his eyes. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm doing this a disservice because I like everything about this movie, and it's almost like, where do I start? I probably should have written out a notes, because I should have known this was going to happen. I already spoke a little bit about the colors, but I think the cinematography definitely needs to be spoken about. In the screenplay, I've read a bit of it. Michael Mann knew he wanted these streets to be wet as fuck, and he made them wet as fuck. There are so many reflections, neon lights, sleek cars, wet, slippery streets that shine the light from the light, and it's just so sick. It just looks so good. I'm working on like a poster of my favorite shots from it. So I'll release that on Twitter or something. The opening scene is just incredible. The streets, oh my God, the way Michael Mann can just transport you to a world is so incredible. and especially in this movie. Well, I don't know. Spoilers. I mean, I don't care. It's 1981, man. At one point, he gets, he's a pretty confident man, Frank. So he thinks he can kind of, not mess with, but like, not respect the top dog as much as he might think he needs to. Robert Prosky is his name, who plays Leo. And so he gets his buddy gets whacked. Jim Belushi gets whacked. They dump him into like a vat of boiling something. And this is all in his car dealership. And James Caan gets knocked out and he wakes up and the camera is his perspective. And Robert Prosky is just walking around the camera, and the camera is just staying still. And he leans over, and he's upside down. He just looks like Satan. There's smoke all around, and this kind of eerie blue-green, almost sickly, cold lighting. And it's just beautiful. Oh my God, the cinematography in this. In the interview with Ava DuVernay and Michael Mann speaks about how this, his whole career up until this point was leading up to Thief. And he actually like had to reevaluate and be like, oh, well, I made Thief. Kind of what do I do now? But it makes sense because like the style, the aesthetics, the dialogue, the acting, it's all so good. It's so good. Man, yeah, I just love I think this movie embodies the Michael Mann. Well, this and Heat, of course, embodies that Michael Mann character of just I am a straight arrow. I am a true blue kind of a guy. Let's cut all these mini moves and get on with this big romance. I think those are from. No, those are the same scene. Yeah, man, that car scene driving to the diner. Go watch Thief, man. Go watch Thief. I don't even know what else there is to say. I think next week I'm going to be talking about Burning Desire. I'll run through my list one more time before I close it out. So for the Michael Mann movies I have seen, got number 7, Public Enemies. Number 6, The Insider. Number 5, Collateral. Number 4, Ferrari. Number 3, Manhunter. Number 2, Heat. Number 1, Thief. Yeah. That's a list, baby. That is a list right there. I love that list. I might watch a Michael Mann movie right now. Shoot. I think that's it. Yeah, Michael Mann is the best. I would like to say thank you, Michael Mann, for being you, and for all these great movies that I love so much. That'll do it here. For me at 91 North, 95 South. I hope you enjoyed this second installment of the Movie Talks. Not sure what this series is going to be called, but for right now, it's Movie Talks. Movie Talks. Talk movies. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I'm still figuring out how to talk about movies and how to fit in all my thoughts. So I appreciate you for bearing with me. I hope we're all learning a little bit about cinema together. Thank you. Make sure you